Welcome back to Anything Goes Garage. I have a cool car that I'm going to go pick up right now. It's not mine. A YouTuber reached out to me and friend that I've met recently. He says he has a 71 Pontiac Firebird. Whether Firebird or just if it's something special, I just know a few things about it from what he told me. We get to lay our eyes on it. It was rebuilt back in 1997, and I believe it was parked since then. So we got to go get it, and we're going to bring it back here. And as you see, I'm dressed like this. It's like 25 degrees out today, and I'm not working outside in that. No. Call me what you want. I got a nice 65-degree warm garage out there and a trailer on my back, and guess where we're going? We're going for a ride. All right, so we are at our destination, and we're here to see this Pontiac. All right, well, there it is. There's Jim right there. Jim is the owner. There we go, 1971 Pontiac Firebird, 6.6 litre, as Derek might say. Looks like we got ourselves a nice little car. Good morning.
Hey Jack, how you doing?
All right, how you doing?
Great.
Wow. Okay. So tell us a little bit about this thing. How long's it been sitting?
Since 1997.
97.
There's an inspection sticker right here.
Oh, okay. 97. There you go. Look at that. Whoo, man, them tires a little. Whew, man,
They were brand new in 1997, and they, you know, because they just blew out from the sun beating down.
Yeah, that's what they do. The cord shift in them, and that, you know, I've seen BF. Well, one of my videos, you've seen BF Goodrich's do that. Unlocked. To take a look inside. Oh, typical GM big door hinges. So we got bucket seats and floor shift. I love that turn dash on those on these cars. Got some gauges and some. There you go. Cassette tape. We got spare parts in the trunk. There's looks like a door key right there. What are we looking down there? Not bad. Rockers look all in one piece. How was the overall condition of this car when you got it? Don't look bad.
It was rough.
Oh yeah? Don't look too bad.
We put belt line quarters on it.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Looks like almost like a canary yellow. I had a 62 Nova that was similar to this. I painted back in the day.
Only a gold car, gold color.
Mm-hmm.
So we painted it yellow, but we never finished it.
So you never really got to drive it, or what?
I drove it for 6 months.
Oh, okay.
After we finished it, but we never finished the paint.
Yeah.
This is just a base coat.
Oh, okay. So never got. Is it single stage or just base clear?
It's base clear, but we never put a clear on it.
Okay.
We just used this, and then we were going to sand it.
Yeah.
That way, it would take less paint.
Yeah. Looks like this tire may survive.
It'll hold air for a second.
As long as they got to do is hold air, get out to the street, and point in that direction where the trailer's at. I don't want to load this backwards because going down the highway, it's not fun. I always like the noses on these cars. Open up the hood here. Easy. Oh, gotta watch these hinges. They gotta be oiled, I'm sure. So we have, what do we got here? You got a small block Chevy.
Yeah, it was rebuilt. Everything was rebuilt. Transmission.
It has later model Philly heads on it too.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that. Headers.
373 rear.
370 rear. What transmission's in it?
350 turbo.
350 turbo. Okay. Holly, it's probably going to need a kit. I'm setting. Oh, it's got an Edelbrock. That thing will fire right off and it'll take fuel. It's got some electric fans in there. Power steering, power brakes. Looks pretty nice under here. Not all rotted out.
Nah, it's showing its age. It's got a little bit of surface rust peeking through now.
This car is very, from what I see right now, I like it. It looks really good. It's a very solid looking car. Has a lot of potential. It's got duals on it, obviously. Hopefully none of it's rotted. Yeah.
The headers are probably rotted.
I hope not. That would suck. Huh. It's in good shape here. Windshield looks good. Nice.
I had the original Trans Am shaker, but
yeah,
I can't find it right now.
Really?
That's like for a 77.
Yeah.
81.
We could make that work somehow. Maybe we could make something work on that. What was in this originally? 301?
A 350.
350? Yeah.
I think all Firebirds came with a 350.
Yeah. See if this key works. The Trunko here.
Yeah, it opens. You just have to manually.
I don't know if that was a key. I was on the floor, so.
Where's the keys I gave you?
Yeah, right here. That's probably not the one. Oops. Hold on a second. There we go. Yeah, we got wheel moldings, trim, windshield moldings, trunks. Yeah, got some critters been living in it. Not bad though.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
It's structurally sound.
No, it looks good.
Surface rust.
That's all. That'll clean up. Put a little neutralizer in there and paint it, undercoat it. It's got a couple spots here where they start. Clean that up and re-seam seal it. One little spot there. That's it. You got the pieces for this?
Yeah, they're in the car.
Oh, that might be one right there.
That's
a broken one.
That's for the fender.
Oh, okay. Oh, for yeah.
This is the corners.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Wow.
The spoiler ones are in the car.
Nice. Very nice. Huh. So what do you want to get this thing up and running and drive it again?
Yeah. You know, it's a stall project. You know, life got in the way as far as, you know, raising a family and stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like that.
This is what I
like
did.
the Corvette.
Yeah. This is what I did before, you know, I had a family.
Yeah. Hey, that happens. You know, that takes. That takes over everything. Everything comes to a halt with that. You know, with the cars and projects that aren't necessary. But if you're able to hold on to it, which is the key part of it, you know, you're allowed. You know, you kept it and said, well, one day you'll finish it. It's got the big radiator in it and everything too. Wonder what the inside of the tank's gonna look like. I guess we'll find that out.
What tank?
Oh, is there no tank in it?
There's a tank, but I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. And they're cheap if you have to get a new one. They're not worth cleaning. I use Tanks Inc. and it comes with the sender and the straps and everything, and they're really cheap. Got a transmission cooler, an overflow, go through the brakes. I'm sure that's going to be
Yeah, there's no brake pedal.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Most likely you're going to need a master cylinder to start.
Yeah, yep.
Brake hoses are probably.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're
corroded.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get a game plan here to get this out in the street and around. We gotta go to the left there, and I want to back up to it and pick it up nose first because I don't want the nose on the tail because the truck will not go down the highway nicely. Okay. It will not be happy. This one's a little bit compromised. I remember last time I had to use a cross wrench to change it, pull lug nuts. I forgot where I came from using all these air tools anymore. Just trying to roll a little bit.
Guess you're gonna take it.
Yes. Yeah, look at that. Good, it's even shorter because this jack is kind of, little sketchy. Car was kind of leaning that way a little. I'm like, I don't know if I want to go up any higher. Hey, doggy.
You smell something?
We're all right. I almost forgot where I came from using one of these. I'm so used to use electric in here anymore. Brand new caliper was. Got that. Look at that little thing.
It's a 14.
Yeah. Wow. 14s. The last time I had to get one of them on. Looks like I had new hoses put on it at one point.
Yeah, everything was brand new.
Yeah.
But like I said,
Gloves. Yeah, sitting, that's what does it. Sitting does stuff in. We'll find out. Never know. Alright, you want to steer or you want me to push? It's up to you. This thing may go crazy going down. I don't want to roll down a hill into somebody's car. With the slightly old tires will slow it down. We're in the grass. Alright, cut it the other way. Alright, hold on, car. That's what I say, get inside of it. You get inside, and then if you need to brake, you can brake it. I can push because it's all downhill. I want the car backwards that way.
you want me to
Back up next to this car.
You want me to face it? That face that?
Yes, correct. Yeah, because I'm going to back the trailer right up to it. Yep. Let me know when you're ready. Okay. One jack power. Here we go. Come on, girl. Oh boy, that's not good. All right, ready?
Ready, go.
Yes. Woo!
How's that?
That's good. That's simply marvelous. Throw in park and I'll get my truck. Whew. Don't get old, boys and girls. Ready?
Yep.
Just stay ready in case, say, something came unglued and you had to stop it, but doubt that's gonna happen. I'm thinking positive, you know?
How's the tires?
Looking good. One tire's going down. So that way it's a little... Hold on. Yeah, we're good. There we go. That's money right there. Perfect. All right. Get this tied down on 4 corners and that'll be fine. It's fine. Alright, so this is where it was, and there's where it's at. Gonna take it back to the shop and go through this and hopefully get it running and see what we can do with this. We got, if everything goes well, I'm gonna change some tires and make it roadworthy again. So I'll head on back to the shop where it's warm and get out of this ice box. I'll see you guys there. What are you doing? Aren't you going to check out the car? No? Okay. All right, well, I am back. The 71 Pontiac, aka Tweety Bird, is now going to live again. And of course, I gotta untie her, get her off the trailer, and winch it into the other bay. It's 65 balmy degrees in there with the wood stove going all morning. And we're gonna see if we can get this thing lit off. See what happens. What do you think, kids? Maggie, what do you think? You think it'll run? Panzer, do you think it'll run? What do you think? Yeah, okay. All right, want to unload this thing so you can really smell it. All right, here we go. All right, so here we are on the ground. Tweety's getting ready to go in the shop where it's warm, and we'll get with it. We got to go over there, so I'm going to have to give her a little bit of a shove from here to there, and then we can hook to the winch and do our thing. Alright, I give it up. Whew. Man, I gotta stop doing that. she's in where it's warm. It's 65 degrees in here. Yes, this is all gonna come off here. It's too warm for this, but you don't want to see me take that off. My hair is like what's left of it. I'm gonna set this up on the lift, and I'm gonna open the hood, go through that, check all the fluids. 27 years this has been off the road. 27? Something like that. 27 years. Been off the road. Hasn't been run. Wherever he parked it in his driveway is where it stopped. And yeah. Good intentions. They painted it, never did it clear. He ended up buying a fender with that side, NOS or something. And then he had to buy this fender to match it. And then he bought the hood, which I think was a great investment. It makes the car. You just need your grill inserts and all that stuff. And he's got the pieces that go down here. And he has the spoiler parts and all kinds of good GM NOS stuff in there, door seals and stuff from back in the 90s when you were able to get this stuff. Now, at least that stuff probably fits. So he's got a lot of stuff inside. Our goal today, hopefully, is to go through this thing, get it prepped, and get it running. Hopefully. Let's see what happens. So, let's dive into this and see what we can do. Okay, Tweety, are you ready for your exam? The doctor is in. Say ah. Say ah. Where do we say ah at? Oh, wait. Nope. Okay. This is a bit. There we go. Ooh, time to oil up the hinges before we bend the hood in half. All right. Well, good morning to you, small block Chevy. Look at you, all ready to go. All right, we're going to start by giving a little love to these hinges, these pivot points. We don't want to bend this nice hood up. I'd be ashamed to do that, especially with a hole in the middle. Makes it a little more easier to bend. I've seen some what do you call it in here, lithium grease, but that stuff's junk. That stuff does not get into the joints like it's supposed to. That just sits on the outside, in my opinion, just sits on the outside and does nothing. And it looks pretty. That's about it. Actually, it looks ugly because it's all just a bunch of white splotch everywhere. So, this is messy, but I can clean it up. So let's just see what happens here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Nice. All right. Put the latch on here because that thing was fighting me. Little old BB blaster. All right. I'm going to start by removing this air cleaner lid. Well, it's actually in really nice shape. Little rust right there. That's a nice piece. Good shape. Except for that chunk that looks like somebody took a bite out of it. But that's fixable. It's only fiberglass. And we have your Carter ABF Competition Series Edelbroken broken carburetor. And we have no return springs, but it is free. I'm sure we'll probably be able to put fuel right in this thing and it'd probably be perfect. Let's hope. Now we got a couple clamps loose, gotta remember that. Yeah. All the mounting hardware. Let's take a look at the fluids and see what we got here. Alright, uh-oh. Oh boy. Well, I don't like that. She got some yellow on the end, old yeller. And then, looks like clean oil from there. Is it over full? Can't tell if it's over full. Dipstick's kind of, yeah, it's over full by a quart. Let's try that again. I think we're gonna have some agua in the oil. Let's see where we're at. Oh yeah, we're way over full by a quart. So there's a chance this could have water in it. So what I'm gonna do is put this up in the air and drain everything. And make sure we don't have agua in the old crankcase, especially before that. I'm gonna yank all the plugs and spray some PB Blaster in there. Maybe a little down the carburetor, help the backside of the valves a little bit, seal up, and check the rest of the fluids. All right, let's check the coolant, or ice cube juice they call it. And oh wow. All right, we're about somewhere down here, which isn't bad, but I can see the fluid. The inside of that radiator's got stalactites in it already. They ain't even that old. Maybe I could put a little flush through this thing and knock that off. I can't really see in there. Let me grab my, where's my new, there it is. New flashlight. Let's take a gander down in there. There we go. If you can see that. Yeah, this is a 4-core. And fluid's looking a little, took a toll on that. So I do have some flush, so maybe we'll flush that out and see if we can get some of that out, because that's going to affect the cooling for sure. So let me see. The fuel pumps there, everything. Oh, we got electric fans. There we go. We got electric fans, 2 of those. Mechanical fans gone. Big old Chevrolet chrome valve covers, because chrome don't get you home. She has a Edelbroken Performer intake. Looks like the front end bushings look good. New power steering hoses. Bushings look good. Lots of corrosion over here from the brake fluid. We got HEI, H-E-I, and the cap looks new, the wires look new. The old super stock, super suppression core. Ooh. Okay, we got, what do we got here? Looks like relays or some kind of electrical boxes for the electric fans. And a catch can, nice. All this looks really nice down in here. I don't see any rot yet. Battery trays, it's okay. So, all right. Let's get this thing set up on the lift and run it up on and take a look underneath and drop this oil. All right, everything's been, looks like painted really nice under here at one point. Got a little bit, some new front end parts. You definitely went through this thing pretty well back in the day. Everything's been scraped, painted, coming off a little. Got a big old balancer on this thing. It's like a truck balancer, later model truck balancer, because it's not the solid, it's got the other style on it, the later model. Let me get my other light. We have a TH Turbo Hydro 350 and maybe a B&M converter that might have a stall. We have a pair of headers. I've got some road rash. Hopefully they're not rotted away. No, they look pretty good actually. Usually they're all rotted in here. He says they might be rotted, but I don't know. I hope not. I really don't want to do headers in this. It's got the red stripe, good vacuolator. And got some paint peeling under here where it was painted. Looks good under here. Some little turbo mufflers. Now he was told me the rear's rebuilt. It's a 373 posi. Let's see. Forward. Oh! All right, there we go. Backwards. All right, so this is a posi. We got over axle pipes. We got, looks like new lines, except for that one ain't new. Had new wheel cylinders, shocks were done, tailpipes, bushings. These can't be the original leaf springs. Usually these rubber things in the middle are gone. Yeah, these are probably replaced. Up in the corner. Quarters are nice. Subframe looks good. Shock mounts look good. Quarters look good. There's a little bit of rust on the inner well there. It's not bad. That's doable. Yeah, there's where I had the issue. I thought I was on the frame, but I'm on half the leaf spring, so. All right, we have some rubber put-togethers there. We'll have to make sure they're not all dried up and whatnot. And somebody said the subframe and done, looks like poly bushings. So the subframe's been out of this. Let's see, yep, front ones are done too. New front shocks, looks like new front springs. Calipers look like they've been replaced. Now this is all 1997 stuff, boys and girls, so we're not guaranteeing all this is gonna work, but that's what we're here to find out. Yes. All right, look at the side of the block. I don't see anything that jumps out at me. Cracks. It's got antifreeze in it, so usually they like to crack along that where that bolt is and along the bottom, but it looks good. All right, new starter. Looks like new ball joint, uppers, lowers. This car has been gone through. Oh, oh look. I don't think you can do that, but it's fine. It's fine. I don't know why that tire kept going down. All right, so it looks pretty good under here. Got a really nice piece to work with. Some kind of hose in there and a couple of screws. Some cut off pieces of hose. When you drop stuff down in this, where you'll find all your tools probably. So, all right, let me get this oil drained and see what's going on with that. We'll catch that in a clean pan. And maybe it's just something on the end of the dipstick, but we're not taking a chance. All right, so the plan is, I got this clean container. Don't let it foil the outside. It's just got fingerprints on it. Gonna determine if there's water in this thing or not, and I can see it through this clean thing, even though you will see it come out if it's in there. Hold on a sec. Let's do something with that. All right. So what I'm gonna do, it should be a gallon. If not, we'll put the container back in it. Oh, look at that! Oh, snap! Whoa, boy! Well, there comes the poop. Let me get this water. Wow. Just wow. Ooh. Alright, I wanted to dump that water before I contaminate all the oil, because this oil does get recycled. Buddy of mine burns it in his oil burner in his shop, and I don't want to leave all that water. So you guys saw the water come out of this thing, so, and there'll still be a little more, but oh boy. Yeah. Sorry, Darren. I'll get out what I can. This load here, I'll probably, yeah, this won't go into the recycling. This will go into the recycling. That doesn't go into a burner, but yeah, this is not good. Oop. Yeah. Glad we didn't crank this thing over. Wasn't my plan. So I always pull the dipstick first. Always. There's still supposed to be 5 quarts of oil in here. Maybe 6. 7 with all this mud. Oh my God. Alright, let me cap this off a second. I gotta go get another rag. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you do not let things sit without air cleaners, hoods. Just don't let things sit. Oh. So now we're getting what it looks like liquid caramel, however you, tomato. Right, kids? What are you finding? You chewing on a stick? I keep hearing air leak. It's its tire behind me. So yeah, that's not looking too good. Not at all. And we're still dripping, and this is gonna have to drip for a while. I don't know how I'm gonna flush this out. I guess I could do some kerosene, dump from the top. 'Cause that thing's got, I think I'll just let it drain for a couple days. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So, meanwhile, we can check everything else out, get the plugs out, spray the cylinders down, and maybe just turn it over by hand. Make sure it's not stuck. Hey, don't be getting the zoomies on me now, kids. Run around in freaking circles. Hey, no fighting. So there you go. There's your soup du jour of oil and water. She's gonna be draining for a while, judging by that mess. It looks like STP or stabilizer rolling out the bottom of this thing. So I'm going to, I guess move this assembly out of the way and just throw a pan under this thing and put it back down on the ground. Probably should pull the filter, and I'll pull the plugs out and throw some lube juice in them. See if we can turn this over by hand. Well, that wire wasn't even hardly on there. Been burned on the header. You feel it separated under there. That's a bad part about these F-body headers. They always make this one tube almost impossible to get the wire in. I used to run a set of these on my 81 Pontiac Grand Prix and my G-body, other G-body Cutlass I had. They fit, but you know, look at that, all melty. Get some light in here. Yeah, a little melty, just a little. All right, I'm gonna go to the other side and get those out too. He's got all the wires nice and marked, tagged up. There's another one that's not all the way on behind that bad tube. These are always a pain. 90-degree boots, don't matter. You almost got to run a shorty plug with these heads. And this one, excuse you, Maggie. I found that you ran a shorty plug with these. You don't burn this. All because of two plugs, two tubes, makes you do it. That one didn't get burnt, but it's close. All right, let's take these plugs out, and they are of the 5/8 flavor, the later model ones. Uh-oh, what's up with that? This one don't want to go on here. Now, these are going to be fun. I forgot how much fun these are, these F-body headers. Oh boy, that's going to be a wrench. Nothing beats my Chevelle ones. Actually, my LS and my Granada. 45 minutes to do plugs in that thing. Need the extension. Oh, this one's in a little bit tight. I like my knuckles. Oh, wow. Back to work tomorrow. A nice 4-day weekend. Got a lot accomplished. One day I just kind of let go. Didn't feel like doing anything. No parts. Weather stunk. It is what it is. But I relaxed. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And they relaxed. And got some stuff done on their rides. Or just hung with the family. Alright. Oh. Man. That one hurts. We got bolts stuck in the back of my hand. I wonder what Derek Brewery's doing right now. Bet you he's saving a car from a garage or a barn or a field somewhere. Alright. This one here, the dipstick tube's in the way. That's gonna be interesting. There's no getting there with a ratchet, that's for sure. Ooh, I think that one went. Yes, it did. That was not tight there at all. I could have took that out with my teeth. All right, well, I got all the plugs out. I didn't show you that last one because it took me about 15 minutes to unscrew it. Thought there was some water in it, but it was just some rust on the threads. But we don't have any signs of water in any of the cylinders. So I think we're good there. So now I'm gonna try to not bump it over. I'm gonna turn it, see if it ain't locked. Then I'm gonna shoot oil down the cylinders because we don't want no dry rings in cylinders when we do get oil in this thing and a battery in it. So let me put some of this stuff off to the side so we don't lose it, and we'll get to that. All right, so I'm gonna go after the water pump, being there's no fan on here, go between the water pump bolts, see if this thing turns. Yep, didn't think that was gonna work. Probably gonna have to get I figured I could grab it by the belt, but no. All right, let's see, 5/8, I believe the crank pulley is. I hope this thing turns over. Oh boy, might need a longer bar. Oh boy. Cross your fingers, boys and girls. So I'm not too, this thing should turn. Well, it is a tight motor, so let me get a half-inch drive and a longer bar. Cross your fingers, boys and girls, and let's hope this thing turns. Of course, it's 6 point, and I can't, the water pump's in the way. Uh-oh, that's not good. I've never had a small block Chevy that tight. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to make up some magical mystery juice and see if we can get this in the carburetor. I don't know what you guys can see. I'm hoping it's no room in here. Better than working on a Honda or something though. Alright. There we go. Nope. Oh God, no. Just tighten the bolt. Alright, we're locked up here. We have the stuckies. Might be easier to do it from the bottom, but I'm gonna spray down these cylinders and spray down the carburetor with some PB Blaster, and maybe try it again and then let it sit. All right, so I got my extension on here. What I'm gonna do, I can get around these headers. I can do this, I think. It's gonna be messy. Alright, that emptied one out. I don't know how much got in there. Will you kids stop fighting over a piece of whatever you're eating? That really got in there. Need a little bit more in that cylinder there. And I think we're good. The other side's done. Anybody want a dog? He's just turned, actually today is, hey, Panzer. Today's Panzer's birthday. He's 11 months old today. Yes, I don't think he's gonna make it to C1 if he doesn't knock his shenanigans off and leave his sister alone. Yes, you hear that, Panzer? Get off of your sister. Stop doing the nasty with her. That one's in. All right, we are golden. It's in. Now I'll put some through the top. Actually, what I want to do, I think, I'll just dump some of this in here. Can't hurt. Can't hurt. Okay. What are we going to do now? Wait. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, we made a little drippy mess down here, but that's okay. Yeah. She's still oozing. We got our milkshake down here. So, I'm gonna try to grab this crank here. It looks like it's got a brand new grade 8 bolt. Hopefully we won't break it off. Last thing we want to do is that, especially grade 8. Huh. Let's give her a little whirl here. Oh yeah, she's not happy. Not even a budge. It's not much of a bolt. I mean, it's a 7/16 bolt, but it's fine thread. Last thing I want to do is break that off. I could see it was like one of them big Ford ones. You ain't breaking them too easy. But there you go. I am not taking a chance breaking that. So, wish I had a giant strap wrench. You know what? I have a giant strap wrench at work. I could probably put around the harmonic balancer. I might be able to. Bless you. I just vomited out the. Ooh, more water. Or a flywheel turner, and I don't have one of those. We could just let this set overnight and see what happens. I don't really want to use the starter to bump this thing over. That's just not my. That's just hard on everything. Is that our last resort? Just to tap it, see if it breaks it free? I don't know. Alright, so the executive decision has been made. Put a battery in this thing. Let me get rid of this. Because cigars and batteries don't mix. Ooh. Uh-oh. Ah, come on, man. This might be the wrong group battery for this. They don't have a go handle on these things. Shame on you, Interstate. Gotta figure out which one's which here. Alright, so now we're missing the bolts to put the side post on, which is going to be fun. It has two negative wires because they're both positives black and so is negative, so we're good. It's fine. Make sure that it goes to ground right. Yes. Don't need to blow nothing up. All right. Now to do something that goes against what I do. Let's try to turn this thing over. I don't want to. So, all right. I'll put you right here. Tell me if it turns over. Ready? Contact. Bless you. Nodded. All right. I don't know. I got nothing. All right. I have this cable freed up and the shifter. It won't work in part because the neutral safety is messed up, so I got it in what I think is neutral. So that's annoying. Oh. Hey! Hey, look at that. Alright, I'm gonna let that sit. And let that EV blaster work in those rings. Got a little bit of a turn out of it. Alright, I feel better now. So I'm gonna continue to flood this thing and get these rings worked in, because I don't like ripping these cylinders up. I don't want to tear this thing up. This is supposedly a fresh engine. It's been run, but went 1997, so. Alright, so I'm gonna put some more of this down in here. Can't hurt. What's it gonna do? Smoke? And then I'll hit the key a few more times. Obviously, the battery's a little low, so maybe I'll put a charger on this thing too. Mamma mia. Had me scared there for a bit. Wow, this thing's gonna smoke like a freight train. There's a lot of PB blaster and oil mix in this thing, but that's okay. So it looks like we have a set of fuelie heads on this thing. I see double humps. They're the later, probably Z28 style. I was looking in there for roller rockers. Maybe some roller rockers under that. I don't know. I don't know what's in this thing. I don't want to keep turning it over. Still got that munge in the bottom. I do see it from here. Still dripping out into the drain pan. So, alright. I don't know. Guess we can go through this thing again. I'd like to see what's in the tank. I wish I had a Borescope. Maybe we could find out what's in there. Maybe I could see what's in there from here. See if there's... Let's see and smell. Let's play see and smell. If I can get this cap off. There it goes. Ooh. Alright. Don't smell gummy. And I know you can't see in there, but guess what? That tank looks wheat in there. I do not see fuel. I do not see rust. I think we are good. Yes. Let's not drop this in there. Okay. I think we can add fuel to this thing, but first I want to do is maybe put a little bit of fuel in this thing, and then we'll crank it over at the filter and see what comes out, and check the filter. I don't want to run anything through this thing. Though it looks good, that doesn't mean anything. So let's button this thing up. I don't have any fuel today. I'm going to let this oil sit in these cylinders a little longer, and we'll crank it over a little bit, and go from there. Let's go through this and vacuum the car out. Let's go through the car, see what we got. All right. So I oiled up the shifter. Let me get some light in the subject. Oh! And my light's getting dim. And my light bulb's always dim. Alright, it's one of these dual gates. Happened to be looking at this thing, and I got it working a lot better now. Look at that nice little dual gate. That's cool as heck. I just gotta adjust park on it a little better, but it's working. Let's see if it works. Nah, I gotta adjust it. Ooh, and I gotta get rid of that. So, alright, so we have an AM/FM stereo type. And we got a cassette player. Let's see what tape's in here. That's pretty cool. I had a few of these. I probably still do. It's a Sanyo IntelliLiner 2, I guess that says. And the tape that's in it is Led Zeppelin 3. Or is that 4? My eyes don't play well anymore. 3. Gallows Pole. Can't read that. That's the way. I can't read half this stuff. I don't have my glasses. When I was a young buck, there would be no problem. Oh, let me hold it farther away. Immigrant Song, Friends, Celebration Day, Since I've Been Loving You, out on the, I don't know what this says, tiles, but I don't know whether it works or not. Let's see if oh God. Where do you turn this thing off at? Please, kill me now. Oh, it's working. See if it plays. Let's see if it plays. I guess not. Oh! Alright, well, guess what? It plays. Woohoo! Well, I can't play it. And eject. Well, I can't play it too long because of copyright infringements, and that's not good, so. But the radio does work. And it's got the old windshield antenna. I wish that thing would be quiet. Let's see. I gotta put this thing in neutral. It's like stuck in, it's like in between two. Nope. 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 What in the world? Worked a minute ago. Somewhere in between here. Nope. 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 Ah, come on, dang it. That's reversed technically, but all right, that's good. Crank it over a little bit, and that's good. So anyway, here's part of the console. I don't know what you can see in here. Console full of change. Yes, and keys, and tape. Oh, there it is. I have that somewhere around. That's for that tape player. That's the piece for the trunk. Wow, that's beautiful. These are all door seals from what he told me. And there's all kinds of goodies in here. Good goodies. Sweet. The headliner's got a headlining problem. It says, fix me, fix me. Okay. And little cracked dash, typical GM. Typical everything. So, got a Super Pro. Make Waves, I think that is. MW. That's one of them cheapies. Yeah, Make Waves or something like that. I had a bunch of gauges like that. Same thing with those gauges. I've had them before. I like it because they're easy to read. It's a pretty cool car. We got some mouse nest of stereo wires under there. I wonder where the rest of the console is, because I'd like to put it in there. Oh, I think that's it back there, buried in the back. So, all right, let me look at some other stuff before we go any further. Welcome back, day number 2 of the Tweety Bird Pontiac. So I dumped extra PB down the carburetor, and the oil pan's been draining all night, and there's been a milkshake in the bottom. A lot came out, so I dumped a quart of 30 weight down the valve cover. I actually have tempted to pull the valve cover and see if there's any rust on the rockers and stuff. I hate to break that seal, but water in the motor, rust in the motor. So anyway, I dumped it in there to hopefully mix in whatever's in that, because you never get all that gook out of the bottom of the oil pan. Now, I was trying to flush it out with this cleaner I got, spray it in there, let it wash out. It was clumps of this yellow stuff coming out. You've probably seen it on there. It's been working. So I dumped a quart of 30 weight in it, some older stuff out of those cans from that clean out I did. It was some of that Castrol. It was what was that stuff? Castrol 4-stroke motorcycle oil, 30 weight. So I dumped that in there. After I put the thing in there, after I put the plug in there, I let that sit. I'm gonna see maybe if it kind of coagulates all that together and comes out the pan. If I have to keep pouring some of that in, it's not a waste, because the oil and stuff's going to, it's getting recycled. It's actually going to an oil burner in another person's shop, and what that don't use will end up in a recycling program. So it's not getting wasted. I don't have a dime into it. So there's enough back there in that shop. I could change the oil in all these cars for the next year. So, except I won't use in nothing new, tire clearances. So I think I'm gonna pull this valve cover. I'm curious to see how much moisture was up in these covers, because they do get moisture in them. And if there's a ton of rust in there, I'll know that we're gonna run into issues. So let's do this. All right. These weren't very tight anyway. That's a shame these are rusted. They'll come up pretty clean. Still gonna rust again. Not a really good chrome job. I mean, they're decent. Once it rusts, yeah, I should keep wax on them all the time. Wax on, wax off. You'll never keep them clean. I have a set of gold anodized Borescope covers up front, which would look really good on this, but the only problem is it don't have a baffle in here. Speaking of baffle, is there okay, never mind. I didn't see a PCV valve on the other side until I just kind of looked. Now, all these T-handles are rusted. Spreader bars are rusted. It's a shame. Now you see why I did that. There's all kinds of nuts and dirt. Now, hopefully we don't break the gasket seal, break the gasket in general. Oh, yeah. There we got roller tip rockers, and yes, we do have water in a few of those. All right, I already see a problem as it is. My. Oh, yeah, you might want to look at this. Look at that. That is condensation from sitting. These valve covers are, oof. It looks like little, yeah, there's water in that. All right, let me put this over here. Kind of glad I pulled these covers, because I've seen some bad stuff in my days. So what we have here is some rust in these two. Now I don't know what cams in this thing is awfully loose, unless they're could be not pumped up all the way. Looks like it's got a aluminum retainer, aftermarket springs. Now, here's the deal. I see something that just jumped out in front of me, like a bus, or me jumping in front of a bus, something that sticks out really far in my mind. That is very, 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 very wrong. Can you see it? Can you see, bleep, blip, bleep, bloop it down in the comments what you see here? Huh. Of course, I'm going to tell you anyway. All right. Now, I've been doing this a while, so I know that I know this don't look right. So whoever did these heads, shame on you. So, look at these studs. Look at the amount of threads above that nut. That is entirely wrong. Now, they're pretty much equally in distance. So I'm wondering if they're either too long, or what was the, I had this problem before. It was either too long of a stud, or it's not machined completely for, no, if it wasn't machined completely for, yeah, if it wasn't machined completely enough, I think. I don't know. Put it in the comments why these are so high. There should only be, now my old rule of thumb, old school, 4 threads above the nut when they're adjusted correctly. That's hydraulics. Usually when they're close. So you tell me, that is way, way too high. I'm gonna pull these off. I'm gonna clean these up, wash these out, and I might have to run a dye over top of them and clean them up and get the rust out of here and see if there's anything in the return. So I'm gonna pull the other side too, because we don't know what we're dealing with on the other side. I'm actually glad I didn't start this thing up tonight. Well, depends on how far we get. So let's get to the other side. Yeah, see, perfect. All else fails, get a bigger hammer. I need to get this spreader bar off of here. Yeah, this thing's still got a little junk sitting underneath that spreader bar. I want to get out of there before I break this thing. Better. There she goes. Now there's some things in the way here. I'm going to undo a lot of stuff. At least this isn't one of those pollution controlled vehicles. Too bad the AC isn't hooked up. Well, that would be fun really getting this thing apart. Now the alternator harness is in the way. The dipstick tube's in the way for the transmission. But I could be working on a Honda somewhere. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Yeah, this one ain't much better. Look at that. That's not good. I'm gonna call these valve covers done. Finet. The end. This one's even worse. A lot worse. Shoo-wee. Push rods and all. Excuse me. Hey, butthead. What are you doing? Be good. Yeah, take your board, your block, and go play. Thank you. Maggie, go play with them. Children. Returns look decent on that front. So June 25th to 70 these heads are. Let's see if they're matching. Excuse me, Maggie. Excuse me there. Thank you. And we have F250. Matching set of Philly heads. That one's got a little bit of snot in the return right there. This head's a lot better than the other side. So we're gonna have to get some specs off this thing. We're gonna have to check push rod length. We gotta get the right push rods in this thing. I don't want to fire this thing up and then contaminate all the bearings with all this trash. So this is gonna be our project. I'm gonna go underneath right now and drain that cord out and see what we can drag out of this thing for that milkshake wise. So meet you under there. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's pull the plug and see what kind of thing jumps out. Ooh. Yeah. Cleaner oil, but it's pulling some of the snot out with it, but not too well. All right, well, we'll let that drain, I guess. Oh, look at that, big chunks coming out. I'm a little worried about this engine. Personally, if it was mine, I'd pull this thing out and I'd get it on a stand and go over it. Go take it apart and go through it. All right, so I got the okay to get this thing out of here and go through it. Make sure it's good to go. Give it a clean bill of health. Get it all cleaned up and started. Cleaned up and put back together and re-detailed again if nothing's bad with it. I know we got some rust issues and some gook in this thing, but as long as this thing sat, my OCD's like all night long. It won't stop. I gotta get this thing cleaned up and done, and that intake's all and I can't do that. I gotta clean that and clear it, make it look nice, and we gotta get that rust out of there and get this thing painted up real nice and make it run good again. I'll degree the cam. I don't doubt that was done. Who knows? I don't know his engine builder, so but no, he did give me the clean bill of health on taking it out. So tonight I'm going to work on trying to get some of this stuff out of here. Guess I'll start out. I did order one of those scopes, that the Borescope. It has the articulated thingies on it and the light and all that. Well, Chris has one from No Nonsense Know How, and I asked him. I hit him up today. I asked him what brand it was, and I've got one pretty much similar to what he got, and should be here tomorrow because I'm going to peer inside this motor before we pull it apart, before I even pull it out. So I've always wanted one of them, and they're really cool, and I could bring you guys along and you can see what's in there. So I'm going to get working on this thing now. So I just got the stove going, just got home. It's like 45 in here. The dogs are doing their thing, chewing on firewood, and I'm going to do my thing and work on Tweety. All right, see you in a bit. All right, it came in. Da-da-da! Borescope, woohoo! The test long. Test long. Yes. So I did a little reading up on here, and the first thing we're going to try this on is this gas tank. So. Trying to do this in one hand is not fun. And this cap, there we go. Don't mind me, I got a little bit of the sniffles. So let me get you guys on something so we can take a look down in there. All right. Yeah, I like this tripod. It's an old halogen light tripod. It's adjustable, two stages, and I got the magnetic mount. I put it on there like that. So there you go. You guys can see. All right, so I remember how I did this. Let's see, you gotta hold the button on, and then it comes on, and you gotta take the rubber cap off the end of the eye. Looks like the light's on already. Now this does the articulating. This lever right here. You can see that. Look at that. That thing's pretty cool, huh? Look at that. Woo! All right. So we're gonna go in and take a look at what the tank looks like. Looks like something out of a science fiction movie or Doctor Who. You know? Or nah, never mind. I won't say it. So see if I can get this thing straighter. Okay. There's a side camera on it, I think, too. This is the model. All right. So I'm going to look around in here. So we're on the bottom. So I take it that's the sending unit. And there is brightness levels on this thing. Oh, that's dim, that's off, and that's high. Okay. And let me see. It looks like that. Wow, look at that. That's the top. There's the sending unit hanging down. That's the top. That's nice and galvanizy. And that's my new word today, galvanizy. I just made that up. And let me see if I can get this in here a little better. It's weird because I want to take and go like this with it, but no, you just move this around. Let me see here. And there's the sock. Whoop. Hey, look, my sock. I found my socks. And the sock looks good. Hi, Maggie. And the bottom looks, that's the bottom right there. That's not bad. I'm happy with that. I don't know if you guys can make that out, but that's the bottom. I don't see any rust. If I can get in here. There you go. There's the bottom. And there's Panzer. There's the sending unit, top. And there's the bottom. And there's looking back at you, kid. Right there, that's us. Hello? Hello? So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now we can only get this thing out of here. There we go. Perfect. What are you doing, kids? What are you doing, kids? Hello? Hello? All right, that's cool. So now we can look down inside things. And that's pretty neat. I like it. It's a neat little piece. So we'll put this together. All right. So, the kids are doing their thing again here. All right, so I'm gonna end this video here. It's getting kind of lengthy. So this is where we're at right now. So we're about ready to pull that engine out. And I guess that'll be another video at another time. Cleaning up under there and getting all the parts. And then maybe we'll use our Borescope. If not, well, I want to pull that motor down anyway. And I'll bring you guys along as I pull that engine apart. And we'll go through it. So, all right. So, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for the channel support, because I really appreciate it. I really do, and I love all the comments. You know, any suggestions, you know, criticize, whatever. What it is, what it is. So it's a free world or free country. You know, say what you want, I guess, to a point. So, all right. So signing out and signing out for the doggies and the Tweety Bird. Peace out.